Hello dear students. Today we will continue chapter number 1, Natural Resources, Air, Water and Land of Standard 6 Science. This is our second part. In the last part we learn about what is meant by natural resources and details about air. Let's continue with ozone layer. Ozone layer is also called as umbrella of the earth. See the position of ozone layer. Ozone layer is above the troposphere. It is in the lower part of the stratosphere, right? Ozone layer is called protective shell. Is very important for living thing. The ultraviolet rays coming from sun are very harmful for living things. Ozone gas absorbs these ultraviolet rays. Life on earth is protected due to ozone layer. The ozone layer is destroyed due to harmful gases. Also chemicals like carbon tetrachloride, chlorofluorocarbon, which is used in air conditioners and refrigerators. Due to lockdown, we heard in the news that ozone layer thickness increase. So this is really good news for earth and for us. Why it is increased? Because we reduce the use of vehicles. 16 September is celebrated as Ozone Protection Day all over the world to aware the importance of ozone. In metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Pune or Nagpur, boards are displayed at places of heavy traffic to show the proportion of the various constituents of the air, means pollution of the air at that place. Due to this board, we can see the amount of harmful elements in the air. Next, we will see next one natural resource, that is water. Observe a chart. How much water is used and for what purposes it is used in each one's house. We use water for bath, for brushing teeth, for washing clothes and utensils, mopping the floor, for drinking, for cooking. Divide the total amount of water used in your house by the number of persons to find out how much water each person needs. Approximately 25 liters water is needed by one person. In the previous activity, it is proved that it is almost impossible for us to spend even a single day without water. We need to drink 3 to 4 liters of water every day so that all our bodily functions run smoothly and we don't fall sick. So our body requires lot of water during the day. Not only human beings but other living things also requires water. Although the amount of water they need may depend upon the size of their body. Like tigers, lions, elephants, they require lot of water. And squirrels, rat, crow, sparrow, they require less water. Let's see how is water formed. If hydrogen gas burns in air, it combines with oxygen and water is formed, that is H2O, due to combination of hydrogen and oxygen. Let's see characteristics of water. In nature, water occurs in 3 states, that is solid, liquid and gaseous states. Water does not have color, means it is colorless. Does not have taste, means it is tasteless, no bitter, no sweet. Or odorless, means no smell. Many substances readily dissolve in water. We can dissolve most of the things in water. Therefore, water is called universal solvent. It means it can dissolve many of the substances. So it is called universal solvent. Water is life. Our earth blessed with water, air and land. Therefore, we can survive on earth. All living things on earth require water. Nobody can live without water. The blood of animals, human beings and the sap in plants contain very high proportion of water. Sap means liquid in the plants. No living things can survive without water. Therefore, it is said that water is life. We learn 71% of the earth is surrounded by water, but everywhere you will not get water in the same form. It means in the form of ice, glaciers, groundwater, salty water, fresh water. Let's see the proportion of each of these. Sea water 97%, groundwater, ice and water in other forms 2.7%, water available for drinking, that is fresh water, 0.3%. So total is 100%. We cannot use all the water on earth because sea water is salty. See the proportion, 97% is the salty water, but we cannot drink salty water. Some water is in the frozen state, that is in the form of ice, snow mountains, glaciers. So very small quantity of water is available for drinking. See in the diagram that small proportion, 0.3%, yet it is enough for all living things. It is enough for all our needs and is enough for sustain to our life on the earth. Observe this picture and tell, for what purposes is water being used? Do other living things use water like we do? We use water in large quantities. We learn about water cycle. Water evaporates, then condensation, then form clouds, then it comes down in the form of rain. Ocean is the main source of water in the water cycle. Large area of earth is covered with ocean. The water vapor from ocean converted into rain, creating fresh water source on earth. It means water on the earth's surface regulated through the water cycle. Natural sources of water. We get water from natural sources such as streams, rivers, ponds, springs and lakes. Man also digs wells and bore wells to lift groundwater. Apart from this, man also constructed burns and dams of various sizes on rivers. Scarcity of water. What means water scarcity? Due to increasing population, our needs of water also increase for industry, for farming, for household work. So now shortage of water become very serious problem. We have to think about saving water, conserving water so that this doesn't become serious problem. How do we conserve water? Always remember, use water sparingly. It means we should use water only how much water necessary for us. Don't waste water. Second, block water. Let it percolate. Let it seep into the ground. Collect water by constructing dams, burns. Let it go into the ground so we can get that underground water by digging wells or bore wells to lift groundwater. Third, store water wherever possible. We can store water by constructing dams, canals, or small natural ponds. Fourth one, reuse water wherever possible. Remember, store water doesn't become stale at once. Means water doesn't become stale, so we can store water for long time and we can reuse it whenever it is required.